Kwenziwa yini ukuhlukumezwa nokubulalana ngesihluku kwabantu abathandanayo? Nsuku zonke sivuka nezindaba ezibhlungu zokubulawa kwentombi isoka, unkosikazi obulewe umyeni noma yena ethenge abantu ukuthi babulale umyeni wakhe. Okubi ukuthi abanye baze baqophele sisenzo esibi abasinameke einkundleni zokuxhumana. Emavikini adlule kuboshwe wesifazane osolwa ngokuthenga igebengu ukuba zibulale umyeni wakhe kwaThema esifundazweni saseGauteng. Unesethu Gauzela naye ushone ngemuva kweinsolo zokuthi uqenywe yisoka lakhe kutsolo esifundazweni sase-Eastern Cape kule nyanga, kanti umsolo usejele nje mbukeli sikhuluma. These recent incidents put a spotlight on President Cyril Ramaphosa's launch of the National Strategic Plan on Gender-Based Violence and Femicide, which is centered around urgently responding to victims and survivors of gender-based violence and broadening access to justice for survivors. On the show tonight, Mbugeli, we ask how much have these victims of gender-based violence and femicide benefited from it? Asekubingelele ke Mbugeli sikwamukela ohlelweni asikhulume Let's Talk. Igama lami ngingubongiwe uMakhumalo wakwaZwane. Khumbula ke Mbugeli ukuthi ungaba ingxenye lolu hlelo ngokushayela ucingo sizwe umbono noma umbuzo wakho. Inombolo zethu 0117140677 noma 0678. Siyatholakala Mbugeli einkundleni zokuxhumana ku-X @SABC Izindaba kanye na ku-Facebook ikhasi lethu ku-SABC Izindaba. Ukuze kubelula ke Mbugeli ungaqala ngo#asikhulume #SABC News bese ke ubhala umbuzo noma umbono wakho. Asikhulume. Mbugeli, this week, the Mabatu Magistrates Court in Mahikeng in the Northwest postponed a murder case against Themba Phakalane to May 2025. The 44-year-old abandoned his bail application after he was arrested for allegedly assaulting and killing his 35-year-old partner, Gidilatile Seitiro, in Muntsiwa Township. The suspect remains in custody.
A GBV case that has left the community of Muntsiwa reeling in shock.
It is very sad to us ladies. We don't know who's next in this situation because we don't know if the government is really supporting us in standing against gender-based violence because we are dying. We are really dying.
It's uncalled for because the government has been preaching violence against women. So it really angered the community.
Unknown angry community members allegedly torched the suspect's home after his arrest. The suspect appeared in court on Monday. Civic organizations have called for justice.
Now that we have heard that the man who's behind the bus, he has some records that they can't find at the police station. But we are asking, how is it possible that there were cases that were opened for this man, but now that we have a bigger matter on our hands, they can't find the records? We are asking ourselves, is it that we have to take the law to our hands, or the law, is it going to help us? Because this thing must come to an end.
It cannot be correct that the lady who have since passed on has been opening cases, and to now, yesterday when we met with the police, those records are not there. I want to speak to our police to say, please let us keep our records. And now, because this is going to impede into the case, because since now the offender will be appearing like as if he's a first offendant, whereas the community around here knows of his actions.
The suspect has abandoned bail. Police could not confirm nor refute allegations made by civic organizations.
A 44-year-old man, Themba Donald Phakalane, has appeared before the Mabatu Magistrates Court today, Monday, 24 March 2025, on charges of murder. He is accused of murdering his girlfriend, Gidilatile Seitiro, 35 years old. He has abandoned his bail application and he is remanded in custody until 26 May 2025. Investigation into the matter continues.
The deceased family was not available to talk to SABC News. Deborah Pakedi, SABC News, Mahikeng.
Mbugeli, are police trained to deal with gender-based violence and femicide crimes? Do we have enough well-run victim support centers to fight the scourge? Is there financial and political will to end GBV and femicide, or has it just become a political party tool to draw votes during elections? Those are just some of the questions that we'll ask our guests tonight. Usiyabulela Gentile, a human rights defender and the president of Not In My Name South Africa, Captain Kishi Mabunda, who's the head investigator for murder and money-related cases at the South African Police Service, as well as with us in studio, Umbuyiselo Botha, who's the founder and member of the South African Men's Forum. It's not just men killing women. We're also seeing women killing men as well. So what exactly is going on? And anginamgele nonke asikhulume let's talk ngizoqala ngayo babboth. Umubheka kahle kahle ukuthi ithandani sibona more and more cases are emerging. Kwenze njani?
Well, I think well, there are many factors at play. One of them, when Abongiwe, is that, by the way, good evening to you and to your viewers. I think one of the primary reason is that, well, there are issues of money involved, but also we have not, as a country, spoken sufficiently enough about men being killed, you know. And that is, I mean, I'm one of those people who have always avoided, because, and I think rightly so, correctly so, believe that, look, we have a crisis of women being killed in their numbers. But that would send a message as if men are not being killed or men are not being violated. So I think it's about time that we also begin to encourage men to say, look, it's not okay to keep quiet. You know, it's okay to report. It's okay to, when you are emotionally feeling burdened, it's okay to come out and seek help. So I think that has been our main problem in the country, that we've always been, and like I said, I must emphasize, for correct, right reasons, we've always emphasized on violence because the statistics tell us that it is women in their numbers. Well, some may argue and say, but how do we come to that? Because men were not encouraged to report. You know, to report violence or be violated, because then you are told that
let me bring you into this conversation. If we're seeing reports of 3 women in South Africa killed daily, that is disturbing. Angazi ukuthi nina niyinhlangano nikubona kanjani lokho?
Sisibonge malibulise kuwe and viewers at home about Botha and all the guests there. Look, we are very much concerned, like anyone who's working in the space. And, you know, having been doing this work over the years, but for us, the most important thing has always been to say that, look, we cannot fight and win or successfully end the scourge of gender-based violence by continuously demonizing men. Men need to be part of the conversation, with their own issues as well. And I want to congratulate you tonight with your colleagues, because we are beginning to have the right conversation now. As Botha said, that many of us will have been afraid to raise these issues because will be called this name or the other. But the reality of the matter is that South Africa as a country has got a violence problem. And so the conversation as to the ratio between the women murdered and the men murdered, the difference thereof, it's another conversation altogether. One may argue that you can't really quantify human life, and not necessarily taking away from the fact that we've got a femicide crisis in South Africa whereby women are being killed, 3 women, as you are saying, every day. And so for us, it really is a concern, and I wish to call on South African men and women, because gender-based violence, its definition is gender. We're not talking about violence on men, we're not talking about violence on women, we're talking about violence on both, on all, because this is a gender issue. But I quickly want to bring one quick point, Wenabongi, that says that on topping up to our concerns, we've got a criminal justice system, and you would have seen report by Public Protector sometime last year that looked into administrative deficiencies relating to how GBV matters are processed. And she found that a coordination between SAPS, not DSD, not DOJ, for an example. So those are some of the I had someone speaking there about there's no records and all that. It's primarily because there is no coordination between the departments or these agencies.
And I want us to touch more on that, Sia, when we come back, because one of the things that is becoming very clear, a recording device that also, puts the case in jeopardy. At the same time, who's a victim is not even able to get a private room to then be able to at least be comfortable and be away from a perpetrator. And these are things that even the public protector raises as well. Captain, umulalela mhlambe indaba ukuthi sikhuluma ngamaphoyisa kwesinye isikhathi uthola ukuthi amaphoyisa they are so inundated with cases. Mhlambe udetective wethu nama case awu 400 ahleli nawo akumele ukuthi ngabe uyaqala futhi to solve those cases. Yini mhlambe engaba yimbangela yokuthi kwesinye isikhathi amaphoyisa abhekana nobunzima ekuthenini lama cases akwazi ukuthi awasolve?
Good evening, Bongiwe, and greetings my fellow panelists, as well as the viewers at home. Yes, we got a shortage of detectives in the country to solve these particular cases. And the minute a person who got a plus or minus 100 cases, obviously you will not be effective. So I think the SAPS management, we have to train a lot of detectives, not just detectives, but dedicated detectives to help solve these cases.
Captain, ngaphambi kokuthi siye itolo ngizothanda ukuthi ngihlale nawe kulento engifuna ukukubuza yona ngoba wena womunye wabantu okwazela ukuthi amanye amacala athe phecelezi asematheni sikwazi ukuthi sikhulume ngawo sikubona ukuthi wenza umsebenzi wakho ukwazi ukumthola umuntu uphenye kahle ngodaba right up until the end. Ukwenza kalula lokho noma mhlambe what are some of the things that you put in motion there?
Dedication. It must be people should dedicate Bongiwe in their work because we've seen a lot of police now, they just take this job as a work. It must be a calling. A person must make it a career out of this work. Because if ever I see that wake up in the morning, go get the case, put this there, it will pile up. Sometimes I can't say that the government is not doing enough, but people are lazy. People are not dedicated in their work. So I think this should, police must change. Even if we've got limited resources, but with the limited resources that we have to make a difference in the community.
Yeah.
We have to treat our cases very, very seriously, more especially gender-based violence. Because it leads to, we've got a lot of cases. Look at what happened in Limpopo, Bongiwe, whereby two adult personnel were having some difference, but end up killing an innocent child. It's not good. So this kind of question has been solved. Because I do believe that there were cases that they were reported, but they were not followed up to. And so we need change as police officers.
All right. And when we come back from the break, I'd like to look at this issue, Bambota Uguti. Number one, you think resources when it comes to police. You think about the fact that there's a bit of laziness, but also the fact that cases are piling up. How do we begin to have this conversation in a manner that is going to be able to help the victims? 011-714-0677 noma 0678. Agasias $8 yabuya khona manje. Mbukeli sikubingelela sikwamukela ohlelweni if mangabe usaqeda ukuhlanganyela kanye nathi mbukeli sikhuluma ngokwanda kokuhlukumeza kanye futhi nokubulalana kwabantu abathandanayo sekwande kakhulu mbukeli it's quite disturbing ake siqhubeke ngengxoxo yethu ngizoqala kuwe Babhota mawubheka iDNA backlogs for example ubheka futhi ama resources wamaphoyisa ngabe ayakwazi ukuthi amaphoyisa enze umsebenzi wawo effectively noma ngabe lokho futhi is one of the challenges ezenza ukuthi mhlawumbe abantu bangakwazi ukuthi bathole the justice they deserve?
I think when Abongi, the resources would be misplaced or misspent. I mean, if you read reports about the SAPS, I mean, you have stories that are shocking outrageous. There is this slush funds, there's this intelligence. I mean, people are buying hotels, are buying expensive cars, you know.
Manje uthi imali khona ayisetshenziswa kahle.
Well, that's South African problem. We know. You and I sitting here, we know that we have a problem as South Africans that we're not supposed to be having this discussion of backlogs because money is there. But the question which is central, how is that money spent? How is that money used? I mean, for me, it's not enough to say that there are no resources. In fact, the fundamental question is those that misuse, abuse these funds are being called to account or to order. I don't think enough has been done because then we have this, you know, this victimhood. No, yazini asinayo imali siyasokola. When we know that we have rampant corruption in the country, you know that I mean we're sitting here. Problems and yazini here's a problem. Issues of GBV and femicide, and you alluded this to opening. They are. We wait until a woman dies. Then all of us congregate, or we wait 16 days, or wait August, or, you know, 25th November. Then we song and dance. But then come on the 11th of December, business as usual. But also, and we wait when Abongi that someone must be brutally killed. Then we
sonke sesifuna ukukhuluma siya ngizokufaka la ngoba uma ubuka izinsuku enjengo 16 days of activism, ubuka izinsuku enjengo you know Women's Day, ubuka International Women's Day, ngabe futhi ikakhulukazi 16 days kuyasiza yini ukuthi sibone ukuthi mhlawumbe kuba khona umehluko, especially uma ungabe uzozwa ngomuntu wesifazane on protection order kodwa it's not affected eseyithola ukuthi eselahlekelwa impilo yakhe?
Yazi, to be honest with you and the viewers at home, Lama, and this was primarily the reason why we took it upon ourselves to, you know, sustain the Not in My Name campaign into an organization that will work almost every day. Was because of this Lama campaign ayaqala, as well both I just said that on day 17 ma comrades aphenduli nokwaphendula ma call okanye ma emails. So we really have a challenge, a consistency, we have a challenge, intentionality, and a commitment really. And this whole GBV conversation has been used as a political tool, unfortunately. But I want to agree also again with the comments made by Mr. Botha that the narrative that has been perpetuated out there, it's a lie. It is incorrect and must be rejected by all forward-thinking South Africans. I'll make you another quick example on top of whatever is happening with SAPS. Who again, a public protector, I don't know how far that investigation is, but I know that there was a probe in their office of a missing 100 million rands that was looted to DSD. You know, and I mean, if 100 million it gets missing in a department and no one knows by EAP, what does that say about us? And you look at even the status of the Gender-Based Violence Command Center, which is tasked with assisting victims. You know,
is it working here? Is it functioning now?
Not optimally. And in fact, not so long ago, we had a minister and a deputy minister of DSD in the same television, national television, saying two different things. So minister, not deputy minister. And we are then asked to take these people serious. We cannot, because they don't take us serious and they don't take themselves serious. So minister, command center iyasebenza, but this and that, wavela deputy minister wathi command center has collapsed. But what I can tell you now as an activist is that the command center is not functioning optimally.
So
and if you
pardon me for coming in there. Captain, angekufake la ngokusheshsha. Amaphoyisa ahluleka kuphi when it comes to issue ama protection orders ngoba siyabona kwesinye isikhathi umuntu wesifazane uyaqhamuka the protection order ethi nansi nginayo bamthathe bahambe naye bayo effecta kodwa lo muntu futhi agcine seyithole sebulewe the very same individual that she was supposed to be protected from.
Thank you, Bongiwe. The matter is corruption. That one I don't have to run away from it. Because there's no way when a person opens a case, and the police will say you are not a prosecutor, you are the magistrate. If a person says, I'm here to open a case, and the case is open, you can see there is a woman vulnerable, do your work. Arrest that person. Stop negotiating. Your duty is not to negotiate. It's just to do what you have been employed to do. Arrest that person, like I said, take that person to court, let the court decide, not to negotiate with the victim.
Yeah, and Mr. Boten, about 30 seconds before we go for the break, it's corruption.
Oh yes, so true, so true. Look, but you raised another important question, Wenabogi. I mean, women die with protection orders in their hands, but also men would go and report being violated. But that man will be bazomhleka ibangamhleki bathi yazini hamba uyobulala lo muntu lo and yazini aphume lapho and so far aphume ambulala.
Nomndeni now is not handling the issue of men well.
Yeah, but precisely the point is that I've said, I'm going to admit that for the longest time, I'm one of those people who have not given a particular and peculiar attention. Now, my daughter, we need to stop and say, but sitini about these high levels of violence perpetrated, because there's this false dichotomy. No, these women, these men, and that's false, as I said. So I'm a poisa. I'm going to emphasize and say to it, look, it's tiring. I'm going to
take more of that when we come back from the break. Mbogele iskati sesliwe nja. Let's just give our guests about 10-20 seconds each to be able to just give us their closing remarks.
Well, we need lots of training. I mean, you spoke about, women dying or with protection orders. I mean, how many of our policemen and women know how to execute a protection order? But also, these backlogs or what? We don't need them. I mean, we need to put our money where our mouth is.
All right, Sia, about 10-15 seconds or so. What's your closing remarks? Sia?
And sorry about that. Let's go back to the root cause of the problem and bring men into the table to be active participants in the conversation on ending GBV. If you look at NSP, strategic plan, national strategic plan, says very little about the involvement of men on combating GBV.
All right. Pardon me, we definitely need part 2 of this conversation. Let me thank you all for your time. Mbogele sibonge naku ukuthi uhlanganyele kanye nathi nehambele zethu Siyabulela Gentile, who is a human rights defender and president of Not in My Name South Africa, Captain Keshi Mabunda, who is head investigator for murder and money-related cases at the South African Police Service, as well as in studio Mbuyiselo Botha, founder and member of the South African Men's Forum. Ayixabene Mbogele, asihlangane ngokuzayo.